everybody, my name is Godline3639. Welcome back to another video. Today, in this one, it's going to be another dueling video, and in this one, it's going to be Infernoble Knights versus Salamangreat. Now, yes, this is not a tier 1 deck or anything like that. This is basically just a rogue deck, because I kind of been liking watching rogue decks in the past couple weeks in this current meta, and this is a very interesting matchup as well. Now, both decks have definitely seen their tier 1 contentions, but both decks are no longer at that point. Salamangreat having Mirage Stelio banned, Gazelle at 1, Circle at 1, has a lot of stuff that's currently on the Forbidden and Limited list. And then Infernoble Knights, that Link Cross hit back in December really did hurt them more than Dragon Link was back then. So this should be a very interesting duel. So without further ado, let's get straight into the duel. So the Infernoble Knight player will be on the bottom and the Salamangreat player will be on the top. Salamangreat player does choose to go first here. We'll go with a normal summon of a Salamangreat Foxy, sends 3 as a Salamangreat Rage off the top 3. Then he'll go ahead and link off Foxy into Baylinks here, and then a Phantasme will get met with the Infernoble Knight player here. He'll draw 2 and then put 1 back into the deck. Parallel XE does get met here when the link summoned, then Salamangreat Sanctuary gets added, and then another Parallel XE will get summoned. He will go into a Pot of Desires here. He'll banish 10 for cost. He will draw 2, go into an Upstart, draws 1 more, sets 1, sets 2, sets 3, sets 4 cards here. And then Salamangreat Sanctuary here. Go into Reincarnation, link summon into another Baylinks, and then goes into an Overlay into number 41. So all cards will be switched to defense position. So that should be interesting. Heritage of the Chalice gets played, gets Ash Blossom, and then the Infernoble type player admits defeat on that. That is very, very interesting. I think he just saw the set 4 and then his Heritage of the Chalice, immediately getting Ash Blossom. He was like, there's no way I can play, unless his hand was just that terrible that he would have to pass on that. So, but that is the game right then and there. So, we'll go to game 2 now. Infernoble player will choose to go first here. He will go to the standby and then main phase. He will start off with a special summon of Super Quant Red Layer, go into a Flyer Flint Lady as well of a special summon, go into a Link 2 into Isolde here. Isolde will go ahead and add Immortal Phoenix Gear Field to hand. And then he will send for cost. Living Fossil does get sent to the graveyard. So he sends 4 for cost here. And that will get met with an Ash Blossom. And then Triple Tactics will go ahead and draw 2 cards here. And then he's just checking his resources here on what to do. Goes into a Metal Silver Armor equipping to Isolde. Now, if you don't know what Metal Silver Armor does, so basically it prevents targeting to all monsters except the monster it's equipped to. So Isolde can get target, but not any other monsters. So Lady Debugger goes ahead, declares the effect, add Gazelle, then goes into a Link Summon into a Salamangreat Baylinks. Then Baylinks will go ahead and add his Sanctuary. Now here, an Infernoble Knight player will tell him that he cannot use Spinny's effect on Baylinks here, because Spinny's effect does target as Middle Silver needs to target. You cannot target monsters except the equipped monster. So all this will get put back. So Spinny gets added back to hand. Gazelle gets added back to hand. And then, so here he just goes into a Salamangreat Sanctuary, will think on activation. The Infernoble Knight player will be met with a Twin Twister, discarding another Super Quant Red Layer. The Salamangreat will set 2 and pass turn. So very interesting. The Metal Silver Armor really screwing up the Salamangreat player. Isolde will get sending 2 for cost, and then will be met with a Roar here. He will banish 1 to summon the Immortal Knight Phoenix Gear Field here. And then the Salamangreat player just needs to read the card effect. He will go into a Rage here, discarding Foxy. And then Gazelle's effect will be activated here. And then Gazelle, on special summon, will declare its effect, sending a Jack Jaguar. And then the Infernoble Knight player checking his resources here. He'll banish 2 warriors for cost, adding Divine Sword to Phoenix Blade back to hand. And then he'll go ahead and activate DDR, summoning back the Immortal Phoenix Gear Field Then going Heritage of the Chalice here, adding himself Renaud. And then Renaud will special summon herself, declaring the effect of herself, adding Durandal back to hand. Durandal will equip and then activate his effect, getting Ogier to hand. And normal summoning the Ogier, he will send Oliver for cost, or Oliver off the effect, and Oliver will equip to Immortal Phoenix Gearfield. Then he'll go into Link 2 of Kriston Halki Fibrax. Declares the effect, goes into a Deskbot, and then, oh boy, Ogier's effect will equip to Immortal Phoenix Gearfield here. And then it goes into a Link 3 of Meganum Phantom Beast Adoradon. And then we'll go summoning 3 tokens here, summon back the Despot 001. And then here he kind of, I wouldn't be surprised if he has a game here. He'll go into a Synchro Summon of a 7, goes into Power Tool Dragon, and declares the Doradon's effect, destroying Power Tool and the token, go into Colt Wing here. And then we'll go into tokens here, and then Despot will summon himself back onto the field. Then we'll go to battle here. Mortal Phoenix Gearfield will attack, declare effect, equipping Gazelle on the attack of Sanctuary. Or no, Balinx, my bad. Then he will take a good 3,500 here. Or 3,000, my bad. And goes and attack with Deskbot, which Deskbot has currently on the field a shit ton of attack. 3,000, I think. And then that should be game there, 21 and 16. Now, the Salamangreat player thinks Despot is still at 500 attack. It is not. Despot does gain the attack based off on all the machines on the field. 5, 10, 15, 20. It's 2,500, I think. I could be wrong. Oh, including himself. It's 3K. So, there you go. That is game 2 set and match there. So, yeah, the Despot coming into good play to get that OTK there. We'll go to game 3, and then the Salamangreat player will choose to go first here. He will draw 5. Go into a standby main phase. Goes into Buffalo. Go Link Summon and then Balinx and then Buffalo's effect here. He will add Sanctuary and then he will discard Foxy to draw 2 cards for Buffalo's effect here. Go into a Signet Mining. Sends Ash Blossom. Adds a Jack Jaguar. And then we'll go ahead and activate the Sanctuary. Then Foxy's effect will go ahead and discard a Jack Jaguar, sending himself to special summon himself. Then links off into a Link 2 here, goes into a Heat Leo. And then reincarnates into another Heat Leo here. And then Jack Jaguar's effect will go into play, sending back the Sunlight Wolf, and then getting Jack Jaguar onto the field. And then with that, he will just pass turn on that. This should be an interesting board. Heritage of the Chalice gets activated here. Adds himself an Infernoble Knight Ogier here. Null summon the Infernoble Knight Ogier. Declare the effect. And then Durandal will add Renaud here. He didn't resolve Ogier even though declared the effect. So he did say that. So he sends Immortal Phoenix Gearfield here. Then he summons the Renaud to try to add back, I'm assuming, Immortal Phoenix Gearfield. That gets met with infinite impermanence here. Goes into an Isolde here. His effect to add. And he will add a Neo Space Connector. And then he will send 1, 2, 3 for cost here. That will get met by Ash Blossom. Very interesting. So that should be an interesting thing. Ash and Infinite. He will activate Divine Sword Phoenix Blade. Equipped to Isolde, and then we'll try to attack over Heat Leo. Balinx will banish itself to protect Heat Leo. Activate the Metal Silver Armor as well, and well, now Isolde is protect from protects everyone from targeting except himself, and then Ogier will protect himself from card effects. He'll summon a Buffalo and then go into a Link 2 of Update Jammer, declare Buffalo's effect, send a Parallel XE to draw 2 cards. And then to go into a Link 3 here, goes into Transcode Target. Transcode Target targets here. So he can't target Update Jammer because of Meta Silver Armor's effect here. So, wow. So, here we go. So, what is the plan for the Salamangreat player here? He'll go to battle and just hit over the Isolde, which, yeah, that's fine enough. And then here he'll go to main 2. And then finally declare the effect of Transcode Talker. Go ahead and equip the Heat Leo instead. And then just kind of checking his things here. He'll go into a Link 4, go into the Firewall Dragon, Postal Rada. Then he'll go Wheel of the Salamangreat, go into another Heatleo. And wow, that's something. I mean, it is a quick effect of disruption, but man. And then also the Wheel of the Salamangreat shouldn't have been sent to the graveyard either. It's a continuous spell, but it's whatever. So Infernoble Knight player will start off by banishing 2 warriors, get into its Divine Sword. Goes DDR here, equip the Gear Field. We saw that in game 2. And then here, and he sends a Plague Spreader for cost as well. Goes O-Gear effect to bounce back the Phoenix Gear Field. Now, Phoenix Gear Field will negate and destroy, but also send himself thanks to equip. Then he normal summons a Neospace Connector, goes into an Aqua Dolphin. Aqua Dolphin effect will declare effect here to look at the hand, and then for the hand, we'll show your hand just real quick. It's a Foolish Burial and a Nibiru, so he can't discard any of those cards because of there's no card bigger than Nibiru and attack on his field, so he'll take a 500 here, but now he does need to worry about Nibiru. Goes into a Link 2, goes into Isolde once again. And then here he's thinking just real quick, just checking his materials and stuff like that. We'll go ahead and add Oliver from Isolde's effect here. And then he will go ahead and sends 1 for cost, just the Durandal. And then we'll summon the Renaud. Then Renaud's effect will take place to add a DDR back to hand. And then Plague Spreader's effect will top deck a card and go into a Plague Spreader special summon here. And then on res, the Salamangreat's player starts thinking, and he will Nibiru here. Very, very interesting here. Plague Spreader does get banished thanks to his own effect. Then Phoenix Blade will go ahead and activate here. Banishing Immortal Phoenix Gear Field and a Renaud. The token gets placed onto the field finally. It took him a little bit. And then it goes DDR here, summons back Plague Spreader. Very interesting. And then it goes into a Link 2 here. Go into Kriston Hockey Firebrax. He can use the token there. That is, wow, very interesting. Declare the effect of Hockey Firebrax. Go into a Deskbot. And then with that, we'll go into a Link 3 here. Goes into a Mechana Phantom Beast Adoradon. Go into Adoradon's effect. Go 3 tokens here. Summon back the Deskbot thanks to his own effect. And then we'll go into a Synchro Summon of a Link or Synchro 4. Very, very interesting. And then we'll pop 2 tokens with the Doradon to summon Coltwing. And Coltwing will summon 2 tokens back onto the field, summon back the Despot 001. And then we'll go into a Synchro 4 once again, go into a Herald of the Arclight. And then top decks to do Plague Spreader's effect once again. That's not once per turn. Goes into a Link 5 here, goes into Royland. Royland's effect will declare, and then go into a Synchro 9, goes into fucking Charles. Charles effect, O-Gear equips, and Charles effect will pop Nibiru. And oh boy, that should be game. That's 3,500 from Charles. Thanks to Royland being equipped. 21, and then 21, that's 42. That'll leave him at 200 plus the 600. That is good enough for game. Yeah, that is, wow. The Infernoble Knight will take it from the Salamangreat player. Very, very interesting. So yeah, very interesting duel. The Salamangreat player did take game 1, but the Infernoble Knight player took game 2 and game 3. It just seems like Salamangreat just doesn't have enough to keep countering combo decks, just like Infernoble Knights. Even though Infernoble Knight isn't like a meta deck at all, but it seems like Salamangreat is a good rogue deck that can contend with some of the tier 2 decks in today's format, but it had a hard time against Infernoble Knights here. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more content on the channel. I do upload every single day except for Sunday. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.